TEFL students, in this quick little video, I'm going to give you a little story about my first day teaching TEFL abroad and a couple quick tips to get you thinking about your own first day. Here we go.
Here's me 3 weeks after college graduation introducing my English school. I taught about 20 hours a week. Here's one of the first classes I ever taught. 20 hours a week, 7 different classes at the same time, everything from these little guys all the way up to business individuals. Here's the front of the school. I'll never forget that first year, and I'll never forget how nervous I was when I first started. But you know what? We all got to start out somewhere, and that first year ended up being just great. The school provided all of us teachers with housing. There was about 25 of us. This is the view from outside the window of my little apartment. On the weekdays, I would walk about 10 minutes to school every day, and all of my other teaching friends lived in the same complex, so it was easy for us to hang out. It was one of the greatest adventures I've ever had. So let's make a little checklist of things that'll help you get started on your first day. Tip number 1, show excitement. Teachers who display a joy for being in a classroom and excitement for the content engage their students and motivate them to accept the learning goals. Tip number 2, relax. When I first started teaching, I thought I needed to know every grammar rule and everything about being a teacher. I couldn't have been more wrong. Being a good teacher is much more about connecting with your students and helping them improve than knowing every rule in the book. Tip number 3, try to make a personal connection with your students, starting with learning to pronounce their names appropriately. Now, if you don't speak the language of the culture you're teaching in, this might take a little bit extra effort. It's worth it. In addition to learning how to say their names, you might want to also learn something such as their hobbies, or more importantly, their language levels or their language learning goals. Tip number 4, start out formal and professional. Consider the way you dress and the tone and the way you approach your first class. For many of your students, they are used to teachers being formal. In my experience, it's always easier to add leniency as time goes on as opposed to try and add the reverse. And my final tip for you is to go easy on yourself. Teaching and presenting is an art form, which means there's no such thing as the perfect teacher or the perfect classroom dynamic. Reflect, but don't dwell on your classes. Enjoy the process. Okay, I'm done. Those are my 5 little checklist tips I wanted to share with you. I hope you found some of them useful to you. Good luck. You'll do just great.